Alright, welcome back. This is my Journaling by 5's book. And I don't think this cover had been completed last time you'd seen it. So what I did is I went through I have a pouch here that is labeled Pattern Paper Scraps. And I just put all my little leftover bits in it when I'm cutting stuff up for projects or something. So I digged through there and I found strips that were either already cut at about 1/4 of an inch, or I found pages that were long enough that I could cut some 1/4 inch strips. So I Mod Podged these to the cover, and interestingly enough, this is the matte Mod Podge. I haven't used any Daddy Bands on it, and it's not sticky at the moment, so that's kind of cool. I don't know if it was this one, but my bigger bottle. So that's kind of nice that that's not sticking. I think I need to come along and trim this edge off here. This is still the book showing. But I definitely need to glue some of those pages together better that are creating the cover. I completed the stencil step. So I got a few stencils out. They were mostly Tim Holtz stuff because they're smaller and easier to use on this kind of page. And I used a black and a magenta, what is it? Liquitex, I believe. Maybe it was Artist Loft metallic paints. And then I dug out a yellow too because it seemed like I could use another color besides those two. So here we go. I will just go through each page and point out the parts that are the stenciling bits in case you don't know. So we have this here, here, and here. And it's shiny, of course, because it's metallic and acrylic paint. So it kind of goes in with everything else already on the page. You can't really tell that it's metallic, so that part's a bummer. But I'll get over it. And let's see, on here we have this. Oh, another thing I did. When I stenciled on one page, I tried to go to the next page or somewhere on that page and flip the stencil and use it again. This is that punchinella stuff. So I put it on here and then I used my my brayer and I really worked it in to try and get the paint off the stencil. So I've got a bit here, and a bit here. And if you hear some noises, it's the yard crew outside across the street. Oh, this is the magenta. This you really can tell that there's a nice metallic look in it. I don't know if it shows up well on camera, but it's got a nice sheen in there. So we used the magenta here, and then I flipped it over there. Got some stars out. This is one of those Tim Holtz ones. So they're there and there. And then flipped it over. So you get this reverse look. It's pretty cool. And this one kind of was smudgy, but it's still stencil. And then we have, oh, I got the arrows out, which is also Tim Holtz. There. And then I flipped it, and you get the reversed. More punchinella with the magenta. Stars again. This is a speckle kind of stencil, Tim Holtz. So it creates this speckly look. So when you flip that and use it on the reverse, it's not all that exciting. But hey, it added paint to the page. I was going to use my Stays On stamp and go through and do that, but it ended up being, it wasn't coming off onto the page very well. I think it's because the page has a kind of a glossy thing going on, but because of the medium I used to hook the collage bits down with. So this is a Tim Holtz stencil. So it's the alphabet. And then it's sideways, and then there's the reverse. And this one turned out pretty cool. It's that little arrow stencil, but it's with the magenta paint. So it doesn't show up very well on here at the moment, but It's got a really fun, shiny, oh look, you can see it right there pointing at the circle. Cool stuff. And then down here I have some more of that reverse of the alphabet. And this page we have the Punchinella again. I really liked using those. I have 3 different sizes of them. If you're ever wanting any of that stuff, if you go on Etsy, there are a bunch of people who have packets of them where you can get some of each size. And you usually get like a 3-foot long piece. So, you know, you can cut yourself a chunk like this, or even 12 inches long, but you really don't need a whole big piece. You can cut something like this and use it, and when it feels like it's nasty or wrinkly or whatever is wrong with it, you can chuck it and get another chunk out. But when you go on there on Etsy, you want to search for either Punchinella or sequin waist. And sometimes you can even find these in the craft stores in the same area that you'd find supplies for making all those poofy reef things, or gift wraps, because a lot of people use those to make bows and stuff. So here's a reverse of that arrow. I put it right over the top of this diamond shape that was on here. More of the, like I said, Punchinella. And then we have some reverse here, and then regular there. Oh, and then I got the yellow out, and you can almost see this arrow thing that was off that same, oh, there's another one right there. Kind of came up light, but it is on there, off that Tim Holtz stencil. More of the alphabet, reverse here, and then I got the stars on here as well. And then reverse stars, use the arrow here and then the reverse there. Oh, and I got out another Tim Holtz stencil that had big numbers on it. So these don't mean anything, I just picked 2 that were next to each other. So I got them here and here. I don't think I put anything else on this one. And then I used the reverse over here, and of course it's going to come up reverse. So that's kind of fun that way. And then that splatter stencil with the magenta. And then I used the yellow paint through the Punchinella, which on this circle doesn't show up very well on the camera, but I can see it. And there's some more down here. And the reverse is right there. Oh, and I used that splattery stuff on the circles here just to give them some interest. And then we have an arrow up here, one down here, the reverse of the splatter thing of magenta here. And we have a reverse arrow there, Punchinella there, and here. There's an arrow, yellow arrow here, and then the reverse of it there, which you can't see very well, but you can see that there's some yellow. Excuse me. Still trying to get over this cold. Flu, whatever it was. 34, and then the reverse. What else is on here? I think that's it. And this one has some Punchinella reverse, stars in yellow, which are hard to see. There's one you can kind of see on the circle. And then there was the reverse of it up here. And last page, we have alphabet, reverse alphabet, some stars. It metallic really shows up nice on this one. And then more down here, and then the reverse. So that's it for my stencil step. My next step is the images. So I have my little pile of images. I've got them all pre-trimmed so that they fit nicely. You know, I don't have all that extra crap on the sides. And then I have an assortment of words that I've grabbed that may or may not make any sense with whatever picture. I have just the right amount of pictures for the pages, and I have extras of the words, so maybe I can come up with a couple of word combos that might be humorous in the end. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned to my next step. If you're not already a subscriber, please hit that button below and hit the thumbs up if you like my video. And we'll see you at the next time. Bye.